नमस्ते बिटिया। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am Dr. Bharat Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Pathology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today's topic is carcinoma of the gallbladder. Primary carcinoma of the gallbladder is more prevalent than other cancers of the extrahepatic biliary tract like cholelithiasis and cholecystitis. It is more frequent in women than in men. The ratio is 4 to 1 with a peak incidence in 7th decade of life. This means women are 4 times more prone to the cancer of gallbladder than in cases of men. The peak incidence is 7th decade of life, which means in adulthood or childhood it is not causing any, it is not possible that a patient can have carcinoma of bladder, but in some cases we have seen that in adulthood the patient is suffering of carcinoma of gallbladder, but it is rare chances. Etiology of carcinoma of gallbladder. Following factors have been implicated: cholelithiasis and cholecystitis, chemical carcinogens, genetic factors, and miscellaneous. Patients who have undergone previous surgery on the biliary tract have higher incidences of subsequent gallbladder cancer. In the etiology of carcinoma of the gallbladder, we see if a patient is already have cholelithiasis and frequent attacks of acute cholecystitis, or a patient also suffering from chronic cholecystitis, he has more chances, or he is more prone to develop a carcinoma of gallbladder. There are some genetic factors which also affect the patient and which causes a more prone to development of carcinoma of gallbladder. In patients who have undergone previous surgery either for biliary tract have very high incidence of subsequent development of gallbladder carcinoma. Morphological features of carcinoma of gallbladder. The commonest site is the fundus, followed by the next in frequency, the neck of the gallbladder. The commonest site of gallbladder carcinoma is fundus, and the next site is neck of gallbladder. Cancer of the gallbladder is of two types. First is infiltrating type, which appears as an irregular area of diffuse thickening and induration of the gallbladder wall. Second type is fungating type. It grows like an irregular, friable, papillary, or cauliflower like growth into the lumen as well as into the wall of gallbladder and beyond. Following patterns are observed in cases of carcinoma of the gallbladder. First is most gallbladder cancers are adenocarcinomas. About 90% of the cases of carcinoma of gallbladder is adenocarcinoma. They may be papillary or infiltrative, well differentiated or poorly differentiated. About 5% of gallbladder cancers are squamous cell carcinomas arising from squamous metaplastic epithelium. A few cases shows both squamous and adenocarcinoma pattern of growth called adenosquamous carcinomas. So most chances that in 90% chances of a gallbladder carcinoma is adenocarcinoma. In some cases, it is squamous cell carcinoma, and in few cases, it is adenosquamous carcinoma, which have both squamous and adenocarcinoma pattern. Clinical features of carcinoma of gallbladder. Carcinoma of gallbladder is slow growing and causes symptoms late in the course of the disease, which means in early development or early stages of carcinoma of gallbladder, there will be no or very mild symptoms. Late in the course of disease, the diagnosis is made when gallbladder is removed for cholelithiasis, which the symptomatic cases have pain, jaundice, noticeable mass, anorexia, and weight loss. Sometimes a patient came to the doctor for general routine checkup of gallbladder and found that he have different type of stones or stones in his gallbladder. The surgeon asked him to remove his gallbladder, and when gallbladder is removed accidentally, the diagnosis is made that the person is also having gallbladder carcinoma. Carcinoma of ampulla of Vater and extrahepatic bile duct. In its pure form, the term ampullary carcinoma is used for adenocarcinoma located in the ampulla of Vater, and often its origin from pre-existing villus or tubulovillous adenoma of the ampulla may be demonstrable. When the tumor is advanced, it is indistinguishable from three other cancers in the vicinity: cancer of adjacent duodenal mucosa with secondary involvement of ampulla, cancer of terminal third of bile duct infiltrating in the ampulla, and carcinoma of the head of pancreas merging into the ampulla. So if a extrahepatic bile duct or ampulla of Vater carcinoma is present, and in advanced cases three other cases of cancer has been indistinguishable. First will be cancer of adjacent duodenal mucosa, which can involve the ampulla, and there is very much differentiating problem in differentiating both the carcinomas. Either it is arrived from developed from adjacent duodenal mucosa, or it is developed from ampulla. Same condition is present in cancer of terminal third of the bile duct, and which infiltrate the ampulla. So there is very different, very much problem in differentiating both the ampullary carcinoma or cancer of terminal third of the bile duct. Same problem occur when the carcinoma of head of pancreas is present and it is merging into the ampulla, for which the diagnosis is very difficult, that it is either of head of pancreas or it is the carcinoma of ampulla. Etiology: there is no association between carcinoma of common bile duct and gallstones. Bile duct cancer are associated with a number of other conditions such as ulcerative colitis, sclerosing cholangitis, parasitic infestation of the bile duct with Versicolor hepatica, liver fluke, or Ascaris lumbricoides, and Clonorchis sinensis. Morphological features: ampullary carcinoma projects into the duodenal lumen and has a papillary surface. Bile duct carcinoma is usually small, extending for 1 to 2 cm along the duct. Microscopically, the tumor is usually adenocarcinoma, varying from well differentiated to poorly differentiated and may or may not be mucin secreting. Clinical features. Obstructive jaundice is the usual presenting feature, which is characterized by intense pruritus. Pain, steatorrhea, weight loss, and weakness may be present. The tumor usually metastases to the regional lymph nodes. Prognosis of ampullary carcinoma is better than the pancreatic cancer and bile duct carcinoma. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you all enjoyed this session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. Thank you.